today is actually the third step of your winemaking process. We call this the racking event. Once the wine, after the press, gets in the barrel, it undergoes secondary fermentation. We want your wine to go through that conversion of converting from malic acid to lactic acid because we want you to have a more pleasurable experience when you're drinking your wine. While this wine has been undergoing malolactic fermentation, there's also been a settling of sediment. Great for flavor in the short term, but if you leave it over the long term, it introduces some flavors and smells in your wine that we don't want there. Okay, so hold this over the drain. Okay, we're gonna open it up. You're just gonna start the pump. What we did is we flushed sulfite water through this system to sterilize it. The sulfite water's been sitting in the system for about a half an hour. So what we do is we allow the wine to flush the sulfite water out, and then we start collecting.
You want to take a bath? Look, there's a nice red bathtub here. Ooh.
Yeah. For our procedures, we wait 100 days before we rack. So we finished pumping out the wine. Now we need to clean out the barrel. So we're going to flip the barrel over.
That's good. Cool, perfect.
This is the sediment, and basically it's the residual pulp and skins and other, solid material that was in your wine. I'm going to pass this around. So feel free to smell it. If you want to taste it, go ahead. You'll taste the bitterness in it. Oh, wow. Okay, so now that we have the sediment out of the barrel, we need to clean the barrel out and prepare it for putting the wine back in. So we're going to use our barrel washing wand. We force water up through it, and the water actually, when it gets to the top, makes this spin. So it's like a spinning shower head, and it basically showers the inside of the barrel and cleans it out. Okay, and then we just roll this down, and this sets right here. Okay? Okay, so now we are going to pump the wine back into the barrel. Progressing nicely. So what we're doing here is there's actually still wine in the hose, and we don't want to not capture that wine. So we take sulfite water and use it to push the remaining wine out of the hose. So I'm putting argon in the barrel just to keep the oxygen, off the top of the wine. So they will remain in the barrel probably for another 7 months, and then they will be bottled. One of the things that we do during the racking event as well is we allow you to come in and barrel taste your wine. I mean, really, you're able to barrel taste your wine at any time during the process, but while you're in here today, it just makes sense that while we have you here, to give you the opportunity to barrel taste and see how your wine is progressing.
The experience of making your wine is different from the experience of walking through a winery where they allow you to look through a glass and they point at things and they tell you what's happening, because you get more involved in it personally, and you get to check some things out along the way they don't typically get to do in a winery.
Now that the racking's done, the next phase after this is the bottling. So your wine will sit in the barrel after it's racked, and it will continue to age, and then you'll come back in March and you will bottle your wine.
Okay, good.